Unfortunately, as of today, on our 7-day rolling average for coronavirus positivity, New York City has hit exactly 3.0%. And as a result, we do need to close our schools for the coming days. No one is happy about this decision. We all, in fact, are feeling very sad about this decision. But we set a very clear standard, and we need to stick to that standard.
Late afternoon, early evening, New York City schools announced that they were going 100% digital starting Thursday. Now, here's the thing, though. What I think we're not seeing here in this story is that 70% of New York public city school students were already virtual. So for 7 out of 10 families, this is something they were already doing. And the other 30% were hybrid, meaning that half of their time was still spent virtual. So even though that now we're going back to virtual, let's just pause. This is not schools are closing. This is that schools are having to be adaptable due to the coronavirus cases going up. And so Mayor de Blasio announced that cases hit 3%, seven-day positivity rate, and it actually hit 3% right on the money. And they test over and over again, which why the conference was pushed back. And I also think this is why Governor Cuomo went Tony Montana on reporters, because they were trying to get an answer out of him. And he has given the grace to local officials like Mayor de Blasio to make the case of what positivity rate they want to set and what to stick by.
No, they're not confused. You're confused.
No, I think
Read
parents
the
are
law.
very confused as well.
Read the law, and you won't be confused.
The Hill on Tuesday reported that the CDC has removed in their guidelines the idea of pushing schools open because schools aren't a place where cases are going up or cases are transmissible. Now, what I'm seeing here, though, is that if you look at it on the CDC's website, they now state that the body of evidence is growing that children of all ages are susceptible to SARS-CoV-2 infection, and contrary to early reports, might play a role in transmission. Now, obviously, older students are more active and showing more transmissible, but it's showing that all students play a role. I think this is interesting because this happened before the election. They did this around October 28th. So I think this is interesting that there's still limited evidence on if schools are a place where clusters are happening and cases are rising. What we can control is our own behavior. And the science and data shows that holidays should be virtual or not having a big gatherings of family members. And that is definitely not happening. So we have the responsibility to live at a higher expectation. If we want to, bash our schools, if we want to, yell at our governors and mayors, we have to look at our own selves in the mirrors on what are we willing to do and our own behaviors. Because honestly, looking at it, we are the ones who are going out there, still going to restaurants, still doing these things, which is the reason why cases are going up. And more importantly, the reason why schools like New York City public schools have to denounce that they're closing because of their 7-day positivity rate. So let's let it sink in, and let's look forward to more news coming about CDC and the future of schools for the rest of the year.